And welcome everybody back to this Let's Play of Super Metroid. I realized that my microphone audio in the last episode, episode 3, might have been a little bit messed up, but hopefully I've got this under control now. It should be a lot better anyway. We'll see. Otherwise I might have to do some post-editing here. At least it sounds better in my headphones right now. Let's see if it actually is better. So last time we were playing around here in Norfair, and I will be going back to this place later. Actually, is there something down here? I don't quite remember. I don't think there is yet. Let's just check it out, no matter what. I think it's just another way up again, if I'm not completely mistaken. And some energy that we can't use for anything. There might be a pickup though. Let's see. Can also use the grappling beam to open up the blue doors here if you like. A little bit of a lag in my game there. Yeah, I believe this place is only going to be interesting to us later in the game, but I mean, now that I'm here, I might as well just make sure. Yeah, definitely so. Too much louder for us to handle right now. So, I believe that last time I was here, I did leave a couple of things that I might as well pick up now. So I think this is probably the fastest way to go about doing so. Again, the ice beam comes in very handy here. So what's this room before? And it looks like on the map that there is nothing in it. Except for, of course, these guys, that's true. A little bit confused there for a second. So let's just go back up again. Alright, so remember this room. So I would like to make it back up to the top here. I think I need to go all the way around, or at least that's the fastest way to go about doing so. So let me just go all the way back around again. Wait, is that actually true? I guess I could have probably gone to the right down there, and that would have saved me a bit of time. Yeah. Let me just do that immediately, because otherwise I'm probably just gonna forget. And we can't have that, that's for sure. So is it faster to go down and around? Looks like it is. Ouch. I seem to remember there being some kind of way to get in there. I'm not sure. Doesn't really look like it, does it? Yeah. So this is what I meant when I said that I would always spend the most time in Norfair, just out of always be feeling lost, essentially. So wait, this is where it just were. So where does the path to the left lead then? This game's confusing. By the way, these guys that blow these spikes out themselves always drop super missiles if you're not full on ammo. So that's usually a good way to replenish that. Whoa, I kind of regret doing that. I can't even get up there without jumping back, it seems. Let's just do this the way it's meant to be done. And there we go. So I'm glad that I went this way, because this is indeed a one-way door and I would have had to come by here no matter what. Get up there. Right, so I think probably the next time I'll pop out of this room, to the far right here, I will take a different route. If I so remember. Let's see. Let's also check what we've got in here. I seem to remember it being something not that great. It is a map, the map access. That's not too bad, actually. So it seems like we've been to most of the interesting places that we can't go to in Norfair right now. So we might as well just make our way back up again. So even though this game is so full of backtracking, it never really becomes a problem, because every time you are backtracking, you can check out some new stuff. I mean, if it was just backtracking for the sake of backtracking, as many of these new Metroidvania kind of indie games are, many of them are good actually, but many of them do have some sort of backtracking just for the purpose of backtracking. Always gets a little bit on my nerves. I mean, backtracking is essential in this game, but it never really becomes a nuisance. If that makes any sense to you. I'm not sure it makes sense to me anymore. It did at some point. Let's not get stuck here. Thank you. Alright. And now we have to do this little annoying game again. That's not too bad. But now, just to make a point of what I was saying before, let's go and revisit this room that we didn't go to before, because it's got a very cool little upgrade for us. Ouch! And try not to kill too many of the fireflies, because that will make this a lot harder than it should be. So now we've got our grappling beam that makes this part of the room a lot easier than if we didn't. It would have still been accessible to us, but it would have been no fun and we would have taken tons of damage. Alright, so what do we got here? Beam us up. Alright, the X-Way scope. And again, the game tutorializes immediately, because how on earth are we going to get out of this room? So what the X-ray scope is good for is, if I can manage to use it correctly, there we go, finding secrets. It can show us things that we can be able to bomb, and things that generally just wouldn't have been otherwise accessible to us. So that's very cool. So essentially the way I learned about all the secrets in Super Metroid was by using the X-ray scope in pretty much every room. I don't want to use the X-ray scope here. Of course, also I had these Nintendo Gamer kind of magazines that would... every new issue would have some new secrets in Super Metroid that you could go check out if you're in your own copy. Actually, I guess the first time I played Super Metroid was when my parents rented it in a store. I'll get back to that a little bit later, now that I think of it. And we ended up just renting this game for so many times because I liked it so much that in the end we just actually ended up buying it, the game from the rental store. And now that I say it, I'm not even sure that's legal. They probably had some kind of deal figured out. Oh well. And if it's not, I'm sorry about this random video game rental store that I spent too much time in as a kid. I didn't want to bring a lawsuit upon you. And we're going back up again. So wait, was there anything down here? Or yeah, all the power bombs. And as we've already made a habit of saving about every 10 minutes, might as well just go on like that. And we're back through to Criteria again. So I think this is what those the yellow door down there that we just came out of is one of the yellow doors that I almost never used to go down again. Alright, so remember this room here, where I couldn't quite get past earlier. I have the grappling beam, so now that now I actually can get back again. If I am not an idiot who falls down into the water. Note also that some of these grappling beam items there have cracks in them. That means that it's going to vanish after a certain while or a certain period of time, so you have to be fairly quick in those and make sure you do what you want to do before they vanish. So, before we do anything else, let's just go down here. Check out what we've got. A missile. Or 5 missiles. Well, more things in life should include the item get sound. There's a little jingle there. Just so inherently satisfying to hear that little jingle for some reason. Right, again here, there is a way to get past this by without using the grappling hook, but for now let's just do it anyway. Sorry, the grappling beam, of course. It's not a hook. And now comes... No! I was so close. Alright, that means I have to run all the way back again. Alright, so the area that we're going to enter now is called the wrecked ship. By far my least favorite area in this game. And the reason that is that the area is so scary. The first time I ever played this game, so one of the times where my parents were going somewhere and I was having a babysitter, and my parents knew that the only way to keep me quiet and let the babysitter earn her easiest money ever was to just rent this game for me. And I would come to this place here, this so-called wrecked ship, which is essentially a ghost ship on the surface of our planet here. And I mean, the music, the ambience, just the entire feel of this, the ghosts popping up out of nowhere, everything is just so scary here. So I could only do one thing, and that was shut down my Super Nintendo and don't play the game for the rest of the weekend. But I've grown past that now. I think that I am able to play this area without being scared shitless. So this here is one more of our eye doors, and that always marks a new boss that we have to compete against. Would like 15 super missiles by now, but I think this will do. I always found this to be one of the harder bosses, actually. I'm not sure why. Make sure I get the mechanics right. So you can only shoot this guy in the eye, which he almost never opens. And then there's this... Oh, I just missed him. That was so bad. So I can shoot the blue flames here for power-ups. Hopefully I've got enough energy to make this work. I had to pause my my talking for just a second there because it was so intense. I'm not sure if there is a nice way to avoid these sort of blue flame whips that he's throwing after me. I'm not very good at it anyway. I guess I can jump above them. I guess it took me about 20 years to figure that out. Or super missiles, very welcome gift here. Could use some health as well, please. So you should have an eye coming up here. Aye! That was again very, very bad. Please hook me up with some health here. Oh, I got it there. This whole thing is very pattern based. I might actually die here if I'm not pulling myself together. Yeah, nothing much I could do about that. Hopefully we had a safe room pretty close by. I'm not sure. Ah, again. Why am I so bad at this game? Oh yeah, this should be about it. I don't exactly remember how many he takes. That's better than before. That was just as bad as before. I'm getting a little bit stressed here. I would very much like not to die. Running on my last energy tank right now. This is not looking very good at all. Is that it? Oh, no, he actually takes one more. It's so bad for us. But it must be the last one, the next one. This is also the last one for us. We can't get hit again without using our reserve tanks. Alright, so reserve tank gives me 100 more, but it is still absolutely essential that I hit him the next time. Come on. Oh yeah! That's so important. I can't believe that went as bad as it did, actually. I mean, not like I'm an expert at this game at all, that should be pretty clear by now, but so that was a lot more exciting than it needed to be. Whew. Alright, so now I still, of course this gives me a little bit of extra energy, but I still need to go to a save room. So I think the closest one is to our left here. Now the spaceship is suddenly alive as well, which makes it a lot less creepier in my opinion. Let's see if we don't have a save room over here. Nope, but we have a map which can tell us where the save room is. Up and to our right. Okay. Fortunately, these little balls, I'm not even sure what they're supposed to be. Bolts with bolts on them. Story of my life. Give quite a bit of health. So the room to our left has a small dot on it on the map, which means that it contains something good for us. So check out what that is immediately. A super missile. This is probably one of the easiest super missile gets in the game. Absolutely no reason not to take that one with us immediately. Also, let's just take the 20 health that this guy drops. So if you haven't noticed by now, the big pink things are 20 health and the small ones are 5. So we could go there immediately, but I think I want to just save first, because, well, we might as well. Also, I'm not sure the room to our right has anything for us quite yet, but let me just check no matter what. Yeah, can't really use this room quite yet. We'll be back there later. Again, and an energy recharge station. Energy recharge station would also be very nice right now. This room is kind of a pain. First of all, we need to clear the entire room to go through here, and that means going from one end of the room to the other, and avoiding these small pieces of electricity, I suppose they are. Even though saying that, I realize that it doesn't really make any sense at all. On our way. Let's see, this should be the last one. Just open that one immediately. Go back to our right. Just might as well if we ever will need that in the future. I don't believe so, but who knows. Oh yeah, this room's kind of interesting. It's got this obvious mechanic to it, but I still think it's neat. Also seems like the electricity here is barely even hurting us, it's just making us go through the damage sequence and moving back a bit. So not much force here, some missiles, I don't know. I never send it in missiles, that's my general principle of life. I don't think there's anything else for us here as far as I remember. So let's just move on. What I like about this place now is that from now on it's essentially just bonus after bonus. We got the super missiles, we got the regular missiles here, and that's generally the way the game rewards you for completing a boss fight. Actually, so far I guess I haven't died in this game. That's not too bad. Hopefully we can keep it that way. So here's one of the more annoying items to get. Yeah, I need to go all the way up there. Hopefully that guy is then going to come to me again. At least that's the way I remember this to go. Let's see. Are you there? Please? No? Is this not the way it's supposed to go? Am I supposed to do some kind of trick jumping to get out there? Maybe that is the case. We'll jump on this guy then. Right, so I need to get up to him somehow. Just freeze him in place. That would make this a lot easier. Hopefully he will be frozen in place still. I can do it like this. That's what I want to do. And then we can get the missile up here. So that one's a bit more tricky. I'm not even sure how I managed to find that one in the first place. What's also a little bit tricky is the room down here, which is also very unforgiving. If you mess this up once, you have to redo the entire thing, basically. Go all the way back through the wrecked ship and come up to this place again. So there are a couple of ways to go into this place here, and I think either this is the wrong one or the right one. Let's see. Of course, I wasn't really saying anything there about a tautology. But we can have those at the channel as well. I don't see why not. Let's just go back again. It requires us to see another super missile. But you see what I mean here is that there's actually a pitfall through to the bottom of the level here that I definitely don't want to go down. Instead, let's just go over here. Go into this little cave kind of thing that's in the middle of everything. I would like to spend some time on these guys, just replenishing my health. I mean, the most sensible thing would be to go back to my full 699, 799, including the reserve tank. It's just gonna take too long, so let me just go on. So the game will be good for us, good to us for a second here. The game actually also becomes a little bit puzzly at this point, and there are a bunch of different puzzles. Already seen a couple of them that we needed to use to get the various items here. Alright, so what we need to do here is grapple across these little spikes and not be too slow, and morph ball ourselves into the hand of this guy who would normally carry an item for us, but for some reason he doesn't here. Instead, he can be somehow brought to life by having a massive ball of probably incredibly heavy armored suit in his hands. Not really sure how that works, but if that's his thing, then I won't say anything about it. Alright, that should be it for now. So what we have here is one of the more important items in the game that we've already needed a couple of times, namely the gravity suit, which allows us to go through water without being slowed down. It might also be allow us to take less damage. I'm not so sure about that. So I think if I go to the left now, I'll just pop back into space. That's not quite what I want. And there are at least a couple of secrets here that I want to get beforehand. This is one of them. So again, just the same sort of mechanic as we used before. So I believe we can actually crush the entire wall here, if I'm not completely mistaken. Let's see. Yeah. So that's a secret in a secret. The game has plenty of those. I think we've already come across some of them. Alright, so what we can do here is use our speed boost, if we use it correctly, to go up here, where we have another secret going for us. And again, the game is a little bit dickish at this point, because note that there is actually a fault right there, which we'll just jump past and get another reserve tank. Thank you very much for that game. And I think maybe we might be able to go this way up. Not sure about that actually. I guess not. So the X-ray scope is a huge help in a game like this. Is there something here maybe? Nope. Alright, so I guess that's it for this room here. Let's check what we have at our left. I believe it's just a way out. Yep, it is. Anything else that I missed? It sort of feels like I missed a bunch of stuff for some reason, that some of these puzzles were a lot easier than they usually would be to me. Or maybe that's just me misremembering. So, well, we could move in water. You can already see how big a help that is. So, let's go back to our save room, save the game for now, and then call it a day. So once again, thank you everybody for listening. If you want to make sure you don't miss any episodes, you can always use the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. So thank you for now, and have fun.